Hook. You've probably heard this before. If you want to build muscle, you have to bulk first. Eat big, get a little fat. That's fine. If you want to get lean, you cut and forget about building muscle for a while. This belief is practically gospel in the gym world, passed down like a family recipe. But here's the thing. Recent research shows this idea is actually only half right, and for most people, the other half has been making them gain unnecessary fat for years. In this video, I'm breaking down why building muscle while losing fat at the same time, what's called body recomposition, isn't just possible. It's realistic for almost everyone, and I'll give you a 5-step framework you can start executing today. Problem: the bulk and cut idea comes from old school bodybuilding, where athletes believed they had to go into a massive calorie surplus to add size, then trim down before competition. That made sense historically, but the problem is this idea trickled down into the mainstream, and now regular people who just want to look more fit think they have to pick one: get fatter first or get leaner first, never both at once. A study by Garth and colleagues in 2013 is interesting here. They overfed subjects an extra 600 calories a day, and the result was subjects didn't gain significant muscle, but gained 3 times more fat. So almost all of that surplus turned into fat, not muscle. This doesn't mean bulking is wrong. If your goal is to gain muscle and strength as fast and as much as possible, a big calorie surplus is still the most effective route. Last year, I ran a fairly aggressive bulk myself, what I call bear mode, and I don't regret it, but I'm also aware that fast muscle gain always comes with even faster fat gain. And a lot of people don't want that trade-off. They just accept it because they think there's no other option. Insight. Here's the core insight. Muscle and fat are 2 physiologically separate systems. That means, in theory, you can build muscle without a big surplus, even without any surplus at all, because your body can pull energy from stored fat to fund the muscle building process. I've covered the math on this in more detail in another video, but the point is, a calorie deficit and muscle building aren't automatically mutually exclusive. Now, a lot of people agree with this in theory, but say, okay, but that only applies to rare, limited scenarios. And this is what I want to challenge, because I don't think these scenarios are as rare as people assume. Walk into any commercial gym, and most of the people there fall into one of the following categories. First, new lifters. If you just started lifting, your body is in the most primed state for muscle growth. Calories can be pulled from stored body fat to fund muscle building with just progressive resistance training and a sensible diet. Second, people with higher body fat. Because they have large energy reserves stored as fat, they can eat in a deficit and still have enough energy to build muscle. Third, detrained people. Those who used to have a good physique, then stopped training due to injury or being busy. They have a strong muscle memory effect, so they can rebuild muscle quickly. Fourth, yes, steroid users. I'm stating this plainly because it's a physiological fact, not an endorsement, and I'll add a 5th category that I think gets overlooked the most: the sub-optimized trainee. This is someone who's been going to the gym for years, technically intermediate or even advanced in training age, but quietly never actually goes all out. Not in training, not in nutrition. According to Chris Barakat, my co-author and a researcher, he sees recomposition happen in his lab in almost every study they run, the moment subjects start paying attention to details like nutrient timing and precise macros. One of the most extreme examples he mentioned, a basketball player, already fairly well trained, not a beginner by any means, squatting 1.75 times his own body weight, gained 20 pounds of lean mass in 10 weeks, and actually lost about 1 pound of fat in that same period. So if an athlete at that level can recomp, the "this only works for beginners" argument becomes hard to defend. Honestly, I think there's only one small group where recomposition will genuinely be hard. Truly advanced trainees with training and nutrition already optimized to the max, already close to their genetic ceiling. But that's a tiny slice of the total population of people actually trying to improve their physique. So, solution. Okay, so how do you actually do this? I'll break it into 5 simple steps. Step 1. Training is the driving force. You can have the most optimal diet in the world, eat a mountain of protein, But without a progressive training stimulus, your muscles won't grow much. I like the car analogy here. Training is the engine, nutrition is the fuel. Better fuel means better performance, but without an engine, the car isn't going anywhere, no matter how good the fuel is. Sleep and stress management are like oil changes and tire rotation. Not the main thing, but still necessary to keep everything running smoothly. Focus on progressive overload, effort, proper technique, and a volume range of roughly 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week. That's a solid ballpark for most people. Step 2. Determine your main goal. Even if you want to build muscle and get lean at the same time, you still need to decide which one takes priority. If you're already fairly lean, around 8 to 12% body fat for men, or 18 to 22% for women, your main goal should be building muscle. If your body fat is above that, your main goal should be losing fat first. Step 3. Set your calories around maintenance. If your main goal is building muscle, go into a mild surplus, around 5 to 25% above maintenance. If your main goal is fat loss, go into a mild deficit, around 10 to 20% below maintenance. The more fat you need to lose, the larger that deficit is allowed to be. Step 4. Set your protein target. I use a sliding scale based on lean body mass. The leaner you are, the closer to 1.6 grams per pound of lean mass. The higher your body fat, the closer to 1.2 grams per pound of lean mass. If that feels complicated, here's a simpler version from researcher Eric Helms. If you're overweight, just use 1 gram of protein per centimeter of height. For the rest, set fat at a minimum of 20% of total calories and fill the remainder with carbs. Step 5. Pay attention to the details. This is what separates good enough from optimal, especially for more advanced trainees. One of the most underrated factors, sleep. There's a 2018 study by Wining and colleagues that split 36 subjects into 2 groups, both in a calorie deficit, but one group slept 1 hour less, 5 nights a week. After 8 weeks, both groups lost the same total amount of weight, but the group that slept enough lost 83% of that weight from fat, while the sleep-deprived group lost 85% of that weight from muscle. That's a massive difference, and these subjects weren't even lifting. If they had been training, the gap might be a bit smaller, but I doubt it would close that much. On supplements, none of them make recomposition happen on their own, but a few can help. Whey protein to help hit your daily protein target. Creatine monohydrate at 3 to 5 grams a day, which is low risk and has been studied for years. And caffeine for performance. But keep in mind, caffeine builds tolerance, so it's best used for heavy sessions only or cycled off occasionally. Case study. Back to that basketball player example, which I think is the most representative case. He wasn't a beginner. He already had a clear strength baseline before entering the study. The only thing that changed, he and his team started genuinely paying attention to detail, nutrient timing, precise macros, consistent and progressive training. The result? In 10 weeks, he didn't just gain muscle, he also got slightly leaner than before. This wasn't a genetic miracle. It was the result of consistently executing those 5 steps. Nuance. Now, I also have to be honest about the limits here. If you're truly advanced, training fully optimized, nutrition dialed in with precision, and you're already close to your genetic ceiling, recomposition will be much slower and harder than for the categories above. At that level, a separate cut bulk strategy might still be more efficient, but realistically, most people watching a video like this aren't at that point yet, even if they've been going to the gym for years. Actionable summary. So, to sum it up, figure out which of the 5 categories you fall into. Chances are you fit into one of them. Focus on progressive training first as the main engine. Decide on one priority goal so your calorie direction is clear. Set your calories around maintenance with a mild surplus or deficit based on that goal. Set your protein using the sliding scale or the simple 1 gram per centimeter of height formula. And finally, don't underestimate sleep. It might be the most underrated variable for holding on to muscle while losing fat. Closing and CTA. All things considered, body recomposition isn't some myth cooked up by supplement marketing. It's backed by data, and for most of us, it's a far more realistic goal than we've been led to believe. If this video helped you see your progress from a new angle, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.